History, dinosaurs, football. Hey, it must be planet Earth, and that means it's Friday. How you doing today on this glorious September 27th? What is so awesome about the 27th? A lot of things are awesome about the 27th. That's right, it's Mr. and Mrs. H's anniversary back in 2008. There's a picture of the happy couple. Looks very realistic, if I may say so myself. Yep, directly from the wedding. There it is, Greek Orthodox. You know, it'd be a great present for Mr. H, an anniversary present. Yeah, you could try buy his book. That's right, help out an indie author over on Lulu.com. Plus, hermit crabs like to crawl on it, and best of all, Mr. H gets a buck. But we had all kinds of stuff happening on the 27th day of September. Back in 1933, the Steelers actually won their first game. They beat the Cardinals 14-13. Yep, the very first Steeler game ever. The guys in the darker jerseys swarming over number 42. Those are the Steelers. Actually, they're known as the Pittsburgh Pirates in 33 before they changed their name to Steelers in 1940. Sitting there playing their first games over there at Forbes Field and later Pitt Stadium, but that picture is at Forbes Field. And they wrecked Forbes Field and built Posner Hall, but they kept the home plate there. And yep, I've been there standing around. So every time I see one of those old school Steeler games, I mean really old school Steeler games, that's right, I'm sitting there standing. I kind of figure out where home plate was. I'm standing right there where it all happened. And the Steelers' first victory would come on the day Mr. H marries Mrs. H. It wasn't planned that way, just something that kind of happened, but fitting, isn't it? Hey, in 1066, William the Conqueror set sail from France. Yeah, I know this is a picture of him landing in England, but it's a lot more dramatic than him leaving France, right? We know what's going to happen after that. If you didn't know, William the Conqueror conquers England. All right, smile, nod, pretend you knew the whole time. Hey, Siege of Vienna started in 1529. Ottoman Turks trying to take down the Habsburgs. Didn't really work out so well for them, but hey, at least it gave us something to talk about. And then we have the first Taliban takeover of Kabul back in 1996. Looked a lot like this one, except in 96 it was a little bit more orderly, whereas in 2021 it was complete, total, utter anarchy. 27th day of September. People don't forget this kind of stuff. Hey, you having any nightmares? You do now. Good luck sleeping after looking at that one. What is that? That is some absolutely horrendous old school paleo art of an Allosaurus. It's supposed to be an Allosaurus. I don't know what that is, man. In fact, that might even be illegal in a couple states to even display that thing. It should be. So we're talking about Allosaurus today. It's an interesting name, other lizard. Yeah, because they found so many fossils in the mid 19th century after the Civil War. They weren't sure what to call it, so they just called it another lizard. Allosaurus. Not quite as big as a T-Rex, but it's big enough. That thing will definitely make it a very bad day. You can always tell it's Allosaurus because it has this kind of rounded back head over here. Back of the head's kind of rounded. And it's got the three claws. It's lighter. It moves a lot faster. It's that kind of an animal. Not like T-Rex that overwhelms and crushes things. Allosaurus is kind of like a swordsman, just, or even a cavalier, slash here, slash there. Did you notice Allosaurus was missing from Jurassic Park? I did when I first saw it. I saw T-Rex. I like T-Rex, probably my favorite dinosaur. But if something's called Jurassic Park, don't you think, I don't know, should have a predator from Jurassic Park? Like Allosaurus is kind of the signature predator for it. I didn't see a Stegosaurus, right? I didn't see an Ankylosaurus. I mean, I didn't see any of the Jurassic. I saw a ton of Cretaceous ones, right? T-Rex and even a Pteranodon and even a Triceratops and everything. But yeah, I guess Cretaceous Park couldn't fit on the movie poster. But yeah, I still like the movie. I'm not going to hold it against them. Just don't have anybody show up in a Dallas Cowboys jersey unless they're going to get eaten. Allosaurus first discovered in 1869. Well, that's the date they identified it. Now, the bones they found, part of the skull and the forearm and the teeth, we're not sure exactly when they dug it up. It's what usually happens in paleontology. Somebody finds it, they throw it in a drawer and everybody forgets about it, and then they find it 20 years later after the guy who found it retired. So we're not exactly sure who found it, but it's in definitely Western North America. And no, I don't think any cowboys were shooting at Allosaurus. But I will say one thing about this paleo art. It's a lot better than the thing that started off this segment. Wouldn't you agree? But the actual paleo art, it's not that far off. I mean, there's some differences with the color, and maybe it tends to be a little bit more lanky or sometimes or more muscular. But I think they got the basic idea. It's a basic theropod sort of design there. See the 3 claws, the rounded head I was telling you about. So not that bad. Not bad. Now, if you notice something, look at this thing's skull. All right, now, if you're a big fan of T-Rex, or a T-Rex skull looks like, you tell by looking at this, it's not a T-Rex skull. Look how narrow that jaw is. So this isn't an animal that's made to crush and kill its prey on the first strike. All right, because it seems to be concentrated at one point. When the Allosaurus is attacking something, it hits with its teeth. It comes down like a hatchet. And just keeps coming down with it like a hatchet. And if the other animal gets away, it's just going to follow it and wait till it bleeds out. Right? That's how an Allosaurus probably hunted down its prey. And that seems to indicate that instead of overwhelming and destroying something, right, hacking it down and waiting for it to die, it probably went after prey that's a lot bigger than itself. So it also leads to the question, was it a pack hunter? Right? Many hands make light work. We find Allosaurus teeth in the bones of sauropods. Don't know if one guy took it down or two. Sometimes we find tracks of more than one Allosaurus following something, but we don't know if, was it a family group or the juveniles? We're not really sure. Again, is it a pack hunter, which would make sense because of, hunting animals much bigger. But I don't know. Allosaurus seems pretty mean on its own, so maybe it didn't need any help, or some other Allosaurus maybe invited themselves into the eating party. Now, what would be crazy enough to fight another Allosaurus? Allosaurus is often seen as the apex predator of the Jurassic period, but guess what? Oh no, there's something else out there too. Yeah, what's crazy enough to fight an Allosaurus? Okay, 2 answers. One, another Allosaurus, right? Or maybe there's something even bigger out there, because Allosaurus, a North American animal, also with some remains found in Africa and Europe. But Europe, my friend, belongs to somebody else. Yeah, it's next show's guest, right? Torvosaurus. Yeah, even bigger than Allosaurus. And yes, we do know they met each other. We found the teeth marks in each other's skeletons. We found the scrape marks. Yes, they encountered each other quite a few times and did not part as friends. Speaking of not parting as friends, the Chargers do not want to come back to Pittsburgh anytime soon. My Steelers knocked them down 20-10. Mr. H says it's going to be 13-10, so I didn't miss by much, did I? That's right. George Pickens telling the Chargers, move out of here. You lost. Goodbye. Hopefully we don't see you again. If we could run these guys in the playoffs, they might be upset with us. It's okay. We'll just beat them again. No problem. Now, we got Indianapolis coming up next, and I really hope Indy doesn't wear those weirdo throwback uniforms like they did last time. 1, it looks really strange. 2, we lost, was it 30-13 or something like that? I don't remember. It wasn't very good last year. But this year, Indy's having some problems, still early in the year. That's their main offensive running back there. Taylor, he's the main threat. The rest of the team isn't looking too good. They're playing Indianapolis again, 3rd straight year. Doesn't matter. Beat them in Pittsburgh, beat them in Indy. Doesn't bother me one way or the other. It's a tale of 2 quarterbacks. We got Indy's quarterback over there, number 5, Anthony Richardson, is not having a very good year. But like I said, it's still early in the year. So we'll see how it goes. You never, ever underestimate anybody. And we haven't had an official announcement who our starting quarterback is. But for game number 4 is Justin Fields. So I think he's our starting quarterback. Coach Tomlin said there's no need to make an announcement. I guess not. It's the 4th game and he's starting again. So, all righty. Congratulations, Justin Field. You are a Steelers quarterback, a starting Steelers quarterback. That should get you some cold French fries at any participating location, I'm sure, for free. But the thing that really powers the Steelers this year is that defense. They have one ferocious defense. It's a tradition in Pittsburgh to have a strong defense. Always have had one. Even before the Steel Curtain in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, they were known as a team that drank hard and hit hard. Welcome to the 50s and 60s, right? 70s, probably one of the greatest teams of all time. Even those lean years in the 80s still had a good defense. 90s, it was Blitzburg. Last time they won the Super Bowl like in 2008, they were really good. They're generally pretty good. And let's just keep it going, because if the other team can't score, all you need is a field goal to win. And we got Boswell. Now, how's this game going to turn out? You know what I'm going to say. I always go with my Steelers, right? We're going to win it. My prediction, 17-7. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring. Now, having said that, look for like a 41-38 kind of game. I hope you guys have yourself a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Point out my many, many errors down there in the comments. And hey, we'll do it all over again. And if you happen to be down in Florida listening, or South Georgia, I hope you come out of the hurricane okay. I hear it's a pretty bad one. And it looks like the whole East Coast is going to catch a lot of rain. So, well, they're playing in a dome, so Steelers and Colts should be okay. Have a great day. Keep it safe. See you next time. Das vidanya.